Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today I have another planner video for you. In the last one I asked you guys if there are any particular planners that you would like to see a review of, and several of you mentioned the Boxclever press planner. So I have it here. We're going to take a look through the whole thing. I'm going to let you know first impressions. We'll probably do a pen test and things like that, all the usual kind of things. So this is what it looks like. They have several different types of planner. I will link their website below so you can check out all of the different types and everything that they do. Boxclever Press are actually based in the UK, and also they are in Somerset, which is where I live, so that's kind of crazy. It's not a planner that I've ever looked at before until you guys suggested it. Let's get right into it. So it comes in this very cute box that actually matches the planner. I don't think they had loads of different designs or anything. For this particular planner, I think this was the only one, but this is really, really beautiful. Let me just get this out of the box. I absolutely love the colours on this. There's a few little metallic kind of rose gold, I think it's rose gold, yeah, rose gold little accents on there, and then the actual colours are not over the top. I love this kind of, it's not even navy blue, it's like a greeny blue, I don't know, it's so nice, absolutely love it. So as you can see, it's a spiral bound planner. It is smaller than the Erin Condren planner. Let me just bring that one in so you can see. So size wise, you can see it's kind of significantly smaller. I say significantly, it's still pretty big, but when it comes to actually putting this in your bag versus putting this in your bag, this thing is a lot kind of bigger and chunkier. And again, if you look at the thickness, you can see that this one is a lot more portable. And you have the little elastic there to keep it closed, which is always useful. And there is also a little pen loop here as well. The pen loop isn't incredibly big, so I don't think you'd have a very easy time. You know, I think it's for a slimline pen, like this Erin Condren pen, I don't think is going to go in there. So the cover of this planner is a very kind of thick card. It's definitely sturdy, that is for sure. It's a matte finish, so obviously you would want to be careful of not getting it messed up. And as we open the planner up, you have a pocket on the front, which is always very handy. And just a space to put name, telephone number, all the usual things in case somebody finds your planner. And they do have, as a page marker, there's actually two of these little ribbons. One of them is right at the front here and one's towards the back. I have to be honest, I'm not a huge fan of this type of page marker in a coiled planner. So this type of thing is okay in kind of a bound planner, but it's just like tied onto the top of the coil and it does the job perfectly well. But in this type of planner, if you don't have any kind of snap-in bookmark, I would prefer to use something like this, which is one of the magnetic page markers. This is an Erin Condren one. So I would prefer to use something like this rather than this. I'm not sure why, I'm just not a huge fan of it kind of tied on there, but that is just total personal preference. It works perfectly well. So first of all, let's talk about the paper, because that's the first thing we always notice. So this paper is definitely on the thinner side. There's nothing wrong with that. It makes the planner not as chunky and you can feel that it is good quality, but it is quite a lot thinner than some of the other papers that we've looked at in other planners. So I probably wouldn't use any kind of felt tip or even the Papermate flares. I think they probably would go through. We will do a pen test, but yeah, I think this might be a little bit too inky for this type of paper. You would definitely be better off with a regular biro type pen or these metallic zebra pens. These are actually quite good and I don't think they would go through. So we'll do a pen test later when we get to the notes pages and see what happens there. So over onto the first full kind of double page, we have useful numbers. They've already put some things here like doctor, dentist, vet, all that kind of thing. And there's a lot of space for you to add other ones in there. Then we have 2020 and 2021. You guys know I'm a huge fan of being able to see a whole year laid out like this, and definitely having 2020 and 2021, this is perfect. This kind of thing for me, for marking travel, when I'm going to be away and being able to see the whole thing, I definitely love this. I love planners that have this. And this one even has the weekends marked as well, which makes it easier to see at a glance. And on the next page, we have weekly routines. So we have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And they've broken it down into AM, PM, after school and evening. If you don't have children who are in school or you're not in school yourself or whatever, after school, obviously you could just think of as afternoon. So that's fine. But this is just for you to put down kind of recurring things to have like your schedule routine written down, because some people do really like that. And there's another page of that and another one, because obviously at different times of year this will change, so they have put several of these, and perhaps at the top here you could write which months this applies to. Then we get into the actual calendar. So this one starts in August 2020, and the whole week is laid out on one double page. So a lot of people do prefer this, and I can definitely see the benefit of this versus something like the Erin Condren daily planner, because sometimes you do just want to see your whole week. There's not loads and loads of room to write in this planner, so this isn't the kind of thing that you would have to write down a whole day's schedule. It's not like an hourly type planner. This is something if you just need to write down the kind of highlights and big things that are happening each day. So for me, this is the kind of planner I would definitely keep in my bag. And then my Erin Condren daily duo planner is the sort of thing I would have at home on my desk so that I can see my entire day. But this would be perfect for taking around with me. So along the bottom, it does have the whole month laid out. It kind of has it laid out like this in a row rather than a calendar. And again, it's got the weekends marked. I really like that, to be able to see where we are in the month. And what I will probably go through and do is highlight which week we are at. So on this one, obviously I would highlight the first week. The next week you can just highlight this one, so you can actually see where you're at in the month. I just find that useful. So we have our space to write on every day. Interestingly, you do have the same amount of space for Saturday and Sunday as you do for Monday to Friday, which is unusual in planners. Usually you get less space on a Saturday and Sunday. I actually quite like this. This will work really well for me if I use this more as my kind of personal planner, because at the weekends I'm often doing more things than I am during the week. So I actually like that you get the same amount of space for all of them. So you have that. You then have notes and next week, so you can do a bit of forward planning there. Important, that's always quite good. If there's anything you have to get done that week, I do like to have a little section to put things that absolutely have to be done that week or that day. There's a to-do list down the side, and then also down the side here you have a shopping list. You can actually tear this out and take it with you to the supermarket, and then also it kind of means if you've torn this out that you know that week is done. So gradually as the planner goes through, there will be like this section torn out so you can easily see where to go to, if that makes any sense. You often get that type of thing in the top corner of a lot of diaries. You just pull the top corner out so you can easily see where you're at in the year. So it's a similar kind of concept really, but it's just handy because it's for your shopping list. So that is the weekly layout, and that goes all the way through from August 2020, and then it goes straight into September. So it literally goes from one month to the next. I won't flick through the entire thing, obviously, because it's pretty much the same. The colour does change of these little boxes, but it's all in keeping with this same kind of colour scheme all the way through. It's quite a neutral look. It's not too bright and bold if you don't like that kind of thing. So it goes all the way through to December 2021, and I think there is a little tiny bit of January, yes, so the first week of January 2022. So this is a lot of diary in here. It goes all the way through to the end of next year. Apologies, I had to change the battery there, so if anything looks slightly different, that's why. So once we're done with our diary pages, you go over to a notes page, and then we have our monthly planning pages. So this is a tabbed page, and this is obviously thicker. It's not super heavy, but it's like a card divider page. So then it's another notes page, and into the monthly spreads. So the monthly spread is pretty much as you would expect. Again, they have the weekends highlighted. This is August here, and then you've got notes down the side. Now, you guys know how I feel about this section not being next to the actual month. So in an ideal world for me, I would want this monthly spread to be next to August in the actual planner. So before you actually have each month. So for example, like here, you would have September's monthly spread, and then you're into September. Or obviously September's already started, so maybe here. But you know what I'm saying, in the Erin Condren planner, that is the way it works. That's what I'm used to. And I don't love having my diary pages separate all the way back here from this. Having said that, a lot of planners are laid out this way. So it's just what I'm used to. And you do obviously have these two kind of ribbon tabs. So you could put one of them in here to mark the month, and then you can have another one marking your current week. So it really isn't a big deal. That is just a preference that I have. I do wish that the monthly layout was closer to the actual month, but you know, like I say, that is just me. I'm sure loads of people would not have any problem with that whatsoever. So after your August monthly page, it then goes to September. So that's exactly the same. But then as you turn over from September, we do have some extra pages. I guess the reason that we don't have this for August, I actually bought this when August had already started. So whether they just didn't bother putting these pages because they knew maybe most people would have already gone partway through August, I don't know. It is a little bit weird. I did wonder whether these pages are missing, but that seems unlikely. But anyway, we've got an August monthly layout, then we have a September, then we go into this page. So this is to do in September 2020, notes for September 2020, and the to-dos do have like little check boxes, which is nice. Then we have this budget planner. So again, this is for September. You then have incoming and outgoings. So it's quite nice having a specific place to put things like that. Then we go over into October monthly spread, and the same thing for that month. So it is kind of strange that we don't have this and the notes pages for August 2020. I really am not 100% sure on that, whether it's supposed to be there or that was just a decision because a lot of people will have already had August. I don't know. But anyway, that's what mine looks like. So as you go through, again, I won't flick through the whole thing, but each month has your monthly spread, your to-do, notes, expenses, and then into the next month, and so it goes on. So like I said, I can understand why they don't have this page right next to the actual diary pages, because they also have the notes and expenses, and you wouldn't really want all of this right next to your diary pages, because then you're going to be all over the place. There's going to be a lot of random stuff. So I do get it. I do get why it's laid out this way. So going through to the back of this section, we've obviously got December, notes pages, budget, and then you do have your January 2022 there as well. So that's quite useful. Whenever you get to the end of a planner, it is quite nice to just have that one next month when you're transitioning from one planner to another. And then you do just have one notes page there for January. And then we get into this section. So this is specific things that you might want extra room for planning. I love stuff like this. I love planners that have kind of extra sections to write in and not just blank note pages. I don't know why, that's just something I really, really like. So this one is Christmas and holidays. Again, this is a card tabbed page and another notes page. So there's lots of space for notes in this planner. So over to this page, we have a double page spread for Christmas plans. You could use this for anything, just making notes throughout the year, ideas that you have for what you're actually going to do at Christmas, who's coming over for Christmas or where you're going, all that kind of thing, just like general plans. Then we have a Christmas budget page. I think this is great because you can categorize how much for presents. You could even list out individual people. Then you could put how much you're going to spend on food, how much you're going to spend on travel if you're going somewhere, all of those kinds of things you can list out, and that will allow you to save up through the year. So I really, really like that. Then you have a space here for Christmas cards, and you can tick off people as you've written them or sent them. Then there is a more specific list for presents, so you can actually list out ideas that you have for people throughout the year. I really do like to write down whenever I have a little idea for someone, because I will forget it. If I think of it when it comes to actually buying gifts, I will have forgotten. So I really like that you can list people here, how much you kind of want to spend on that particular thing and how much you end up spending. And having the actual, that can be quite useful for the following year, because you know roughly kind of what you ended up spending. Then we have Christmas shopping. So this could be where you make your grocery list. That is what I would use this for. Obviously it's quite big because at Christmas you generally are buying a lot of extra things that you wouldn't normally. So that's what I would use that for. But you could use it for any type of shopping. It might be all of your kind of wrapping paper and different things that you need. But I would probably use this for like my supermarket Christmas shop. Then over to this page, they have a summer holiday planner. So I really like this. This is something I don't see in a lot of planners. It's undated, so whichever month of the year your annual vacation or holiday falls into, you could put that month in, put the dates in, and then plan out your days. So for me, if I was going to Disney, for example, in September, I would just fill out the dates for September, and I could maybe write in here which park I'm going to each day, all of that sort of thing. If I've got any dining reservations, if you're going on any type of holiday, if you're going like on a city break or sightseeing, you could write down each day what your plan is, where you're going to go. So I just really like that. I think it's great having that extra page so that you don't have to write that kind of information in your main monthly pages. That can be left for your kind of everyday stuff. So I think that's really, really good. Then we go into this double page, which is thoughts and plans for 2020. So this kind of thing is great when you first get your planner. You can write down things you're looking to achieve, goals, or just anything you want. You can use this as kind of, I call it a brain dump kind of page. So just anything that you want to write down for the coming year. This is the place to do it. And I do love with this planner, they do have some kind of decoration, but it's not too over the top. Some planners do have a lot going on. This one, the colours are quite neutral and stuff, but it is still pretty, and there is still kind of decoration as you go through the planner. So I do really like that. And I love the fact that all the notes and stuff are lined. I love a lined page. I'm not a huge fan of dot grid, as you know, or any kind of graph paper or plain paper. I really do like lined. That's just a personal preference. So then we have the same double page spread for thoughts and plans for 2021. And the same again for 2022. So this is really, really good for forward planning. There's a lot of space here. If you didn't want to have this as thoughts and plans for 2022, you could easily cover this up with some washi tape or a sticker or something and use this for a different purpose. So if you know that you wouldn't kind of use this for that far ahead, just use it for something else. Then we have some generic notes pages. So you've got one double page spread there, another one, and another one. So anyone looking for a lot of notes pages, this planner is great. There is tons of space to write kind of extra things in. Then finally we have 2022 and 2023. I know that you all know I'm happy about this page. I do think ahead a lot because of travel and having like all 4 years. So you've got 2020, 2021 at the front, then 2022, 2023 at the back. I can mark dates if I'm traveling. I just love that they have that. It does seem kind of crazy to even be looking this far ahead, but I love this. I love that they included that. And then at the very back of the planner, we have another little pocket here, and it's just saying about their website. They have printables, downloads, wallpapers, all that kind of thing. And in the back, there is an addresses and contacts book. So again, this is really, really cool that this can be taken out separately to the rest of the planner. So it all the way through, it's just like regular address book kind of format. But we did have earlier in the planner, obviously, where you do your Christmas cards and stuff. So this is perfect to write down all of your contacts. But if you don't want to keep it in the planner, you can kind of take this out and put it elsewhere. So that's really good. And of course, there are some stickers, and I really, really like these stickers. I love the colours that are used on these. I love that they're all similar, like in a similar style, but lots of different things, and you get 2 sheets that are the same. So on these, I'll just bring it a bit closer. We've got schools out, go on holiday, back from holiday, dentist, optician, all the usual kind of functional stuff, beautician, hairdresser, little reminders about your car, so car tax, MOT, library, day out, night out, birthdays. So I just really love these. I think these are great and a really good addition to the planner. They're not too big as well. They're quite small stickers because you obviously don't have tons of room to be putting stickers on each page, but these are a really good size to fit into each day. So yeah, I think they're really, really great. So let's just do a quick pen test. I'm going to bring in a few different types. What else do we have? So many pens. Okay, we've got a few different things here. So I'm going to start off with the one that I suspected might shadow through or actually kind of go through the paper. These are the Erin Condren markers where you can change the actual tips, the interchangeable ones. Excuse the shadowy light that I've got going on. You'll be able to see it properly in a second. Now that I write with this, these are not as inky as you would imagine they are for kind of the felt tip style pen. So maybe it'll be absolutely fine. These are the ones I got from Amazon. They're not particularly like great quality, this rubs off, but the actual pens themselves are pretty good. And these are a fine liner on one end, and then you have a brush tip on the other. And this brush tip may go through, but I really wouldn't normally use this in a planner like that, but we'll test it anyway. Then we've got one of the Erin Condren dual tip markers where you've got a thicker end and then the fine liner. This does feel darker and more kind of inky than this one, so maybe we might have a problem with this, and it's a bit of a darker colour. Then we'll go with one of the Zebra metallic pens. I do really love these pens. They're very, very nice to write with. And I'll link all of these pens in the description. And then I just have a highlighter. This is, again, one of the Erin Condren highlighters. I always use pastel highlighters anyway, because I do find any kind of neon highlighter does go through on most paper, and that does annoy me. So let me just try my pink one as well. I think this pink one was from Tiger, and this is actually an erasable highlighter pen. So these are the kind of colours that I use. Obviously a biro won't go through, that will be absolutely fine. So let's see what's happened. Okay, I stand corrected. That's pretty good. The one that I can see the most is the one that I said I thought would be okay, which is the Zebra metallic pen. So that's really interesting. I thought this one would be the one that is totally okay, and that is the one I can see the most. Even then, let me just get this a bit closer. It is not like anything is actually going through. There's a tiny bit of shadowing for some of the colours. So the brush pen I can see shadowing, I can see the dark blue, and I can see the metallic pen. But as for the pastel coloured Erin Condren pens, so these ones, the fine liner, the blue fine liner, those are not showing through at all. So you would be okay with the lighter colours of this one and the fine liner tips of the other Erin Condren pens. These Amazon ones, the fine tip, absolutely fine. They don't go through at all. So I'm super impressed with that, because this paper did feel a lot thinner than I'm used to in my other planners, but actually that's really, really impressive. Nothing has majorly shadowed through. So passed the pen test very, very well, apart from, you know, the thicker ones, but we expected that. So that is the planner all the way through. I did buy one other accessory for this, which I will just grab once I unsuccessfully get that on. So you guys know I am a sucker for planner accessories. If I'm buying a new planner, usually something else ends up going into the basket with it when I'm ordering, and on this occasion it was the cover. So they had a couple of different types. They had a basic one and a more deluxe version. This was actually the basic one. It wasn't super expensive, but I'm obsessed with this colour. This kind of minty colour, just, I feel like it's so perfect with this. I absolutely love it. And the planner actually fits inside of here. So it's a zip around pouch, and the planner slots into there. You also have this little pocket, so you could put stickers and things like that in there. And there is also another pen loop, and this pen loop is bigger, so you could definitely get a bigger pen in there. So let's just put this in. Take the stickers and the address book away. And you can slot your planner into there, and it sits inside and protects it. So if you are worried ever about your planner getting kind of messed up and knocked around, this probably isn't the most practical thing for someone like me who is always getting things marked and dirty, but I just couldn't resist this colour. But it will protect the actual planner, and you can obviously open up and use the planner while it's secured in here. So I think that's really, really great. I'm not sure what the difference is with the more deluxe one. Maybe it's just a different kind of material, but I really like this. And if you wanted to, you could then put your stickers and address book and stuff that was in the back into there. And again, I would probably remove these because I wouldn't want them sticking out the bottom when you're trying to zip it up. I would find that quite annoying. So I'm just gonna put these up inside so we can zip it up. It zips up very easily. It wasn't a struggle to do it up. It's not kind of bulging out. It's the perfect size for the planner. So yeah, I really like that. I'm glad I got the cover to go with it. And like I said, it wasn't super expensive, but I will link everything below. So that's going to be it for this look at the Boxclever Press planner. If you enjoyed this, give it a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments what you think of this planner, if you've had one before, if you're currently using one, anything you want to let me know. Please do drop me a comment because I love hearing from you guys. Also, let me know if there are other planners you want to take a look at. I do really like this one, and I definitely think I will use this to actually carry around with me, but let me know if you have any other suggestions for other planners. All the links will be in the description as usual for my social media, my other YouTube channels and everything else, so definitely check those out. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon to make sure you don't miss out on any uploads. It will always notify you as long as you click that bell icon. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you're having a great day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.